We're building up to the last Grand Prix before the summer hiatus. Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian Grand Prix. And here at GPFans, we're going to bring you some of the biggest headlines in the world of F1 before we get down to the on-track action that starts this coming Friday. I'm Ollie Wilson, and this is the latest news when it comes to the world of Formula One. Remember, if you want to get all of the latest news, GPFans Global and GPFans.com are the places to go. And of course, hit subscribe down below to stick with us here at the YouTube channel as well. But we're talking about Lando Norris getting his elbows out off the track as well as on it. And David Coulthard believes there was somebody performing even worse than Nyck de Vries in Formula One. Let's dive into it all. Lando Norris is throwing his elbows out, and not just on the circuit, with the McLaren driver reminding Lewis Hamilton that he's never had to race at the back of the grid after the 7-time world champion complained about his Mercedes car. Norris, who grabbed a first ever back-to-back podium of his career last weekend in Hungary, has been in superb form thanks to the upgrades of his McLaren, putting the papaya-clad pair of he and Oscar Piastri in position to compete at the front end of the grid. But the young driver couldn't help but have a jab at Lewis Hamilton, as the Mercedes man bemoaned the performance of his own vehicle. Mercedes were on pole here last year, and their car has been pretty good, said Norris. I know Lewis complains a lot about how amazing our car is and how bad theirs is, but they don't have a bad car, and they haven't all season. Yesterday, Lewis complained of how tough it was finishing outside of first position. Try racing in 19th and 20th. He's never done that in his life. Norris will be keen to see if his car can maintain performance levels as the half-Belgian driver heads to his other home race this weekend, where a third podium in a row could be on the cards, a podium that perhaps wouldn't be as surprising to him as the last two at Silverstone and Hungary have been. Elsewhere, David Coulthard is firing shots at a young driver on the grid as the former McLaren driver questioned the performances of Williams man Logan Sargeant. Sargeant is in his first year in the sport and has struggled with his Williams this season, while Alex Albon, his teammate, has consistently outperformed the American and perhaps the vehicle itself. Coulthard, now a TV pundit of course, believes Sargeant's underwhelming performances have been worse relative to his teammate than that of now former AlphaTauri driver Nyck de Vries before he was dropped by the constructor. I actually don't think it's a matter of time, it's a matter of pace, Coulthard told Channel 4 when asked about Sargeant's long-term F1 future. This is a stopwatch championship, so you either deliver the lap time or you don't. He's half a second away from Alex Albon. He's bringing money to the team and given a bit of space. American, that fits, I guess, the overall growth of F1 right now. Sargeant is yet to take a point this season so far, and getting off the mark at Spa this weekend will surely be his aim, even if perhaps it's an unachievable goal before the summer break. Is the American walking a tightrope with his future already in the sport? Let us know in the comments section below. And finally, a new F1 documentary about AlphaTauri is set to be released in September, with Venice providing the backdrop for the film's premiere. The film, Whatever It Takes, looks into the team's origin and successes in Formula One, highlighting a number of the drivers that have come through the ranks of the constructor, including of course Max Verstappen, over the last 2 decades. Now, even if you can't get to Venice in September for the premiere just after the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, you will get a chance to watch the film on the team's YouTube channel for free after the initial release. Is AlphaTauri the team you really want to see an F1 documentary on? How will it match up to the great documentaries like Senna? And will Nyck de Vries be edited out with CGI and replaced with Danny Ricciardo? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. As always, the latest news on GPFans Global across social media and on GPFans.com. And of course, hit subscribe down below to stick with us with our coverage of Spa-Francorchamps this weekend and beyond this season.